I became a data processing technician, and they sent me to San Diego, and that's really very funny because they introduced us to a computer that was 20 years old. They didn't have any other computers at the time. They said, "You'll never see this again, but we don't have anything else to teach you on." I spent my entire naval career in the heart of London, and our building was on 7 North Audley Street, which was where General Eisenhower lived during the war. The internet was invented in 1973. I went in '76. The internet was created for the Navy so they could communicate with the Navy globally, 35 ships around the world. They wanted to be able to talk to them. I was with the 6th Fleet. That was the Fleet Operations Command Control Europe. And so we would type on a little monitor and talk to the guys live. These were the first ever live chats. They didn't exist before that. What I was experiencing at that time, kind of like making history, as part of it, which was really interesting. When I first got to London, I'm in my uniform, my dress blues, which is a skirt and a jacket, which is identical to the policewoman's uniform. The only difference was the hat band. Ours is a solid black. Theirs is a checkered black and white band. Here I am. I literally just got to London, and I go up the street, and I'm standing there in front of Selfridges, which is a very famous department store, and I'm watching these guys, and they're selling watches. All of a sudden, a guy comes up, and he looks at me, and he says, "What are you doing here? I've got this covered," as if he's talking to a policewoman. And I said, "What are you talking about?" And he looks up, and he sees the USN insignia. He goes, "Oh, you're Navy." When I had my second child, I had a nanny. She had gone on a Wednesday with the baby, which she did every day, took my firstborn child to Regent's Park, and she would walk to where there's a little pond where they have ducks, and then there's a bandstand where the British Army musicians would play. Well, she came back one day and she said, "Oh, I'm never going to the park again." Mind you, she's only 18 years old. And I said, "What happened?" She said, "Oh, a man tried to chat me up, so I'm not going back." I said, "Okay, no problem." So the very next day, she didn't take my daughter to the park. I'm sitting upstairs and the windows are open, and I hear this huge explosion. The IRA had blown up that bandstand at 1 o'clock, which is exactly the time every day my nanny took my daughter to the park. So had she gone, had that man not chatted her up, they would have been killed. And that's why they told us you don't ever wear your uniform outside the building, because you were target.